I do have an opinion on this based on personal experience.
Right.
So with that said, this is why I don't fuck with that shit. Cause it's this shit right here. In my mind, like when you gotta do something in the dark, more than likely it ain't right. Jump to the show.
Coming to you live from Long Beach, California. Welcome to the OK Bet Newsroom. These are your headlines for today. So on February 27th, Caleb Wilson, a 20-year-old junior attending Southern University and A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, died following an off-campus incident that is being linked to hazing from one of the on-campus fraternities. Officials say Wilson was dropped off at a local hospital by a group of males and was unresponsive when he was dropped off. The initial reason for Wilson being unresponsive was that he collapsed while playing basketball, but authorities suspect that Wilson likely died because he was punched in the chest multiple times during an off-campus hazing session. The cause of Wilson's death has not been determined and the investigation is still ongoing, but currently 3 students affiliated with the fraternity and who were present on the night in question have been arrested for the alleged death of Wilson and are facing felony hazing charges. Ayati, what is your reaction to this news and what does this say about Black Greek culture, but Greek culture at universities at large?
Man, okay. Let me just give some context, I guess, at first. I think we say some terms that for us are just, they come off just automatic. Like Southern University is a HBCU, so it's a historically Black college university. So this is Black folk we talking about. So in case y'all don't know, y'all ain't never heard of what Southern University is. And then hazing, I'm not sure if anybody familiar with that shit, but I'm part of a fraternity. I'm not going to say my fraternity name out here on the internet like that, but I'm going to say that I'm an expert and not expert, but I do have an opinion on this based on personal experience.
Right.
So with that said, this is why I don't fuck with that shit. Cause it's this shit right here. In my mind, like when you gotta do something in the dark, more than likely it ain't right. So y'all know I'm very transparent. I don't give a fuck. It ain't about what you do, it's how you do it. So I do a lot of fringe shit. I'm fringe in just my life. Like I just do shit. And it necessarily isn't like bad. I use the analogy that I'm ha crazy and not ho crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't make you get
you're not
nervous.
like, hold on.
So a lot of times for me to go through certain things, I just do shit. So I'm not gonna lie. I joined my fraternity on a whim. Like it was a roommate that was more interested in it. He started, he didn't finish, he dropped out. I was already caught up in the bullshit. And in my mind, I'm like, these motherfuckers some these motherfuckers ain't shit. I'm gonna finish this shit in my mind. But now that I finished it, I have regrets. But looking at the shit, I was like, damn, is this shit, all this shit worth it for some homies? It's supposed to be more than just homies. You know, it's supposed to be, they sell you the big thing. But the fact people die with this shit, in my mind, I couldn't fuck with it. I'm almost 20 years removed into my fraternity. That's how much of an old head I am. And I haven't pledged, hazed anybody. Because in my mind, that shit ain't worth it to be part of this group. Until we figure out something else that is worthwhile down the line, I will probably participate in initiation or activities. But now that I went through other things in life that were just as hard, and I feel like I came out with skill sets that are real life skills. Because in my mind, going through my motherfucking apprenticeship was 5 years long, and that shit was some bullshit. I feel like I was getting hazed by these motherfucking construction workers and shit. But at the end of the day, I could wire up your house, your building, your water plant, your school, your airport. I don't give a motherfucker. So when the world comes to the end, I got some skill sets.
Right.
So I feel like that shit was fucking worth it. And at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of these organizations are pushing the line too much.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that we will not take responsibility for the bad shit in the good shit. I hate to quote Kendrick again, but Kendrick said it. Give me the credit whether I'm winning or I'm losing. He gonna take ownership which side it is. So if you motherfuckers fucked him up, you should just own it. You fuck around, you find out. You killed this young man. Took his fucking life away, punch him in his motherfucking chest. He should have socked y'all asses out, because that's what I was doing. Sock the motherfuckers out, and they socked me. So it is what it is. And I'm like, damn, it's just unfortunate to hear this still happens.
Yep.
But I get it, because I'm on both sides of the fence. And it's like the lure and the allure of it, and I can't imagine in the South. The West Coast is a little different, but I can imagine in the South, you a motherfucking celebrity when you're part of these black organizations.
Yeah.
Like, you a black Greek? Man, them motherfuckers can't tell you shit. You damn near like a motherfucking celebrity walking around this bitch when you got them letters on. So, I get it. I get why he wants to do it, but we need to find another way. And I'm speaking as a person part of these organizations that you can call me what you want to call me. They say all kind of bullshit, but I know I didn't skate and I know I'm made, so I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what I say.
Right.
So I don't know, man. It's just it's triggering because I'm, it's a personal. It's very close to me, and this is the reason why I'm motherfucking don't fuck with a lot of this shit. But I'm never gonna blame the victim. I'm never gonna say that kid should have knew better. I always say shit like that when you're in this situation. Like, you just gonna let motherfuckers beat you up and just be part of a group? I'm like, motherfucker, we got people out here real gangbanging. Like, people do this shit in neighborhoods. Like, they'll get put on a set to be a Crip or a Blood to be part of a crew, and then get shot and get killed or get locked up. So this shit is just real across the board. I can imagine this shit is happening in high schools, in colleges. I can imagine this is happening on bigger stages in our world, whether that's Hollywood, whether that's, fucking Word. It could be, I'm pretty sure that this initiation stuff is happening everywhere if it's happening in colleges and people dying from it. For sure. So we got a longing to belong. That's what it is.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that's really what it comes down to, right? I think a lot of the reasons why people join these types of communities and these types of fraternities and sororities is because they want to belong, or they want to define their college experience. And so me personally, like, I went to an historically black college and university. I went to Xavier University down in New Orleans, had an absolutely incredible time, one of the best times of my life. But I remember because my dad, he pledged a fraternity, one of the black fraternities.
I know your dad did that.
He pledged. But the reason that my dad pledged primarily was because his older brother pledged, and he felt like it would make him closer, like it would bring them a little closer together because they would have a shared experience, so to speak, right? But I remember before I went down to Xavier, my dad was adamant. He was like, Terry. He was like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, but he said, don't do it. If you're going to do it because you want to do it, not because you're trying to do something for me or for anybody else. Do that shit for you. And and for me, like, I was a student athlete. I was on our tennis team. And for me, like, that was the fraternity. Like, and to your point, like, we weren't hazing each other or being hazed. We were just training so hard that it was sometimes traumatic. You know,
the lines start to blur,
and you develop these bonds going out on the court and leaving it all out there for yourself, but also for your teammates. And so for me, I never felt the need that I needed to be in a fraternity because I already had a community kind of built in. But there were definitely people on campus at Xavier that I knew were joining these fraternities and these sororities to be relevant, for the sole purpose of being relevant on campus and increasing their cachet and the allure that they bring to the table on campus. And I don't want this to be like a one-sided conversation in the sense that we're just like shitting on these fraternities and sororities, because they do a lot of really great things. They are community-based organizations. They are built around service. Like, they have created community on campus for Black and brown people, especially on campuses where there are on predominantly white institution campuses, where you can have a safe space to be authentically yourself and to identify with your culture and identify with your fellow, brother or sister in that way. And so
and each one of them got like historic figures. Like, I'm not talking about just regular motherfuckers. We got historic Black people from the world prominent in these organizations across the board, across all of them. So it's like
some of the most prominent people in Black culture and in Black history are associated with these fraternities and with these sororities. So to your point, it is two sides to this story. It is two sides to this coin. But I think for me, it's hard to see, especially with kind of with Black Greek culture, this idea that you have to beat and control and manipulate your own your fellow brother and your fellow sister and have this feeling of dominance over them for them to feel like they can be accepted. And to me, it just feels it kind of takes me back to a time in our country where we didn't have choices, where we didn't have autonomy, and we didn't have agency over our bodies. And this is the vibe that I get. And these are sometimes the results that you get when these things go unchecked.
Yeah, and for I guess we already went over on this segment, but just to leave on a positive note is just that personally, I believe something got lost in translation. If you ever played the game telephone as a kid, you got a message and you're trying to pass it along in just a circle. And by the time the circle come back around, the message ain't always what it is. And these fraternities have been around for over 100 years. So you got one person trying to tell the message to the next person, to the next person. And of course, somewhere down the line, there has been a disconnect.
Right.
Because a lot of times what's going on now ain't how they got down in the old school. And that's why it's a disconnect even just with the younger and the older generation. They looking at us like, what the fuck y'all doing? And then the young people like, get caught up in like you said, the allure of it and the prestige of it that you don't even care if this shit really is in alignment with what you support the original principles were. So I don't know. Overall, I just think it's a very unfortunate situation because in my mind, anybody under 30 is a baby. So this person was in college, more than likely was under 21. My mind, we lost another little baby.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was at the hands of other babies. It was some motherfucking kids that didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And another kid lost their life. So in my mind, it's like, man, can we put some shit in place?
We need some guardrails for these.
Have an EMT on motherfucking standby. Is any of you motherfuckers CPR certified? Do we got the AED there? Is any motherfuckers nurses? Any of you motherfuckers doctors? Like, if we know we're gonna be doing some shady ass shit and somebody might get fucked up, why we try to drop them off like gangbangers and shit? That's what gangbangers do.
Yeah.
Like, you
just drop you off at the entrance.
Hey, homie, we wasn't there. And hopefully you good. What the fuck?
Yeah.
We better than this.
Yeah.
Just like the plan. I'm like I said, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. With me, you could be a motherfucking dope addict. As long as you ain't out here robbing motherfuckers to get your habit, I'm not gonna judge you. If you going to work hard, you working hard every day and you supporting your habit and you ain't affecting nobody else, that's on you. But when we lose little babies from some dumbass shit, this is when I gotta judge motherfuckers. I'm gonna be I can't just listen and what's the new trend right now? We listen and don't judge.
Yeah. yeah.
We listen and don't. I can't.
Do not judge.
Yeah, I can't do that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at your ass and I'm gonna judge hard as fuck when somebody, especially a little baby, get lost with something senseless.
Yeah.
But shit, let's just drop it at that. We doubled that segment.
We had a lot to say on that one.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching, listening. We really appreciate all the love and support that we've gotten since our recent transition.
Yeah.
And we're excited about where we are and also excited about where we're going. So y'all make sure y'all go out and like, subscribe, share, comment, and give us feedback. Let us know what you think about the show and the different segments that we're doing and incorporating. And until next time, Ayati,
stay casual.